San Diego unemployment declined to 3.1% from 3.2% in June, which is great news because at the statewide level, unemployment is at 3.9%. Now, what's interesting is that 3.9% is the lowest rate of unemployment in the state of California since they started keeping records. So we are, lower than the statewide level. And in Southern California, we're right there with Orange County. Orange County was 2.8%, we're 3.1%. But our kind of brethren counties, Imperial County for almost 15% unemployment. They've always been traditionally high, but much higher. LA County 5% and Riverside County 4%. So this enclave along the coast, Orange and San Diego counties, very, very positive job growth. So in some way or another, we're really at a full employment cycle, and we can still dip down to about 2.5, 2.6%. And one area that was interesting is in the professional services versus last year, as we've seen a lot of biotech firms starting up. A lot of those jobs are scientific, professional, and technical. So that shows that the mix of employment is also really interesting. So not only are we regaining all those hospitality jobs, but we're creating, higher wage jobs in very desirable industries that can bring a lot of growth to San Diego. It's amazing. In July, streaming surpassed cable and viewership for the first time ever. Streaming was almost 35% of all viewings in July. Up 23% from a year ago. Cable was about 34%, and traditional broadcast was about 21.5%. It reflects a little bit of how people view. So for example, they talked about in the report that, there were about 190 billion minutes viewed. You could think of all these streaming services that have, 100 plus million subscribers. But what that really means is that people are binge watching complete shows. The behavior on streaming is so different. They'll actually watch a episode multiple times because they can. Whereas, if it's on traditional broadcast, it's on at a certain time and then you don't see it again. What we're going to see is that there's going to be a shift back to cable and broadcast, especially in the fall with NFL programming and college football. So a lot of live events are going to push that. For the first time, Nielsen, the programming services that tracks, viewership across cable and broadcast, is going to actually track the Thursday night broadcast on Amazon Prime. This is really important because now for the first time, as opposed to we just talked about those 190 billion minutes, it starts to kind of track in real time how many viewers are actually on a streaming service.